Marcus. With me, I have...
Mars, pronouns he, they. I'll be playing Rokain, our figuring shit out fighter.
Just got his first job.
Yeah. Pronouns he, him for him.
I'm Cody, pronouns she, they. I'll be playing our lovely single dad, Leon and Ygin. His pronouns are he, him.
I'm Artemis, pronouns they, them. I'm playing Zealous, the tiefling sorcerer, and his pronouns are he, him.
And I'm Emery. Pronouns they, them. I play everyone else in the world. Last time, the group went shopping.
Or the shop came to us.
Yeah. The shop came to you. The shop and the shopkeeper came to you. Everyone got some cool stuff. They found out that Caxus's birthday was soon. Rokain got a job to pay down because he found a really cool spear that he really, really wants.
Yep.
Which is weird, because I don't think he's ever mentioned just wanting to fight with a spear or anything before.
I don't think it's so much the spear, but what the spear can do.
Yeah.
And Ygin flirted.
Ygin flirted
A lot.
And got flirted back with a lot.
And everyone encouraged Caxus to buy something for himself.
Yeah.
And that's probably the shortest recap we've ever had, because that's really all that happened. So everything has been brought back to the island. Everyone has kind of brought everything inside. That's all settled. Thiel's just like, I'll wait on the boat. Kind of looks at you, Ygin. It's like, I'll talk to you later about business.
Mm.
And he heads back to the boat so you guys can
Get settled.
Yeah.
I think for now, Ygin just kind of leaves the stuff for the forge in their main room. It's kind of like they know they still need to give Caxus the rundown of what would happen with it when they were gone. So he's just like, got it all neatly to the side.
Yeah, I mean, Zealous would help him carry that stuff to the forge.
Oh, no, yeah. But it's just like, it can wait to get down to the forge sort of thing.
Caxus is immediately like, sorry, the company, I wasn't expecting that, but what all happened? And then we don't have to go play by play, but
we discovered the source of the Ichor there. It was Mortician's assistant, a woman named Tilly. She was also the one covering up, making it seem like all the people in the casino that she attacked or had attacked were not killed by Ichor.
She apparently got this power from somewhere else. Zealous and I found a letter addressed to her from, we don't know who, they didn't sign it, but also implied she might be able to sense, assumedly, the three of us.
they can sense you back. I mean, I guess...
Potentially.
According to the letter, and whether she could or not, we're not sure, but she definitely at least stopped fucking around pretty quickly.
Yeah, she didn't seem to know who we were when we got there, because we did speak with her before we were even aware she was the source.
I suppose that makes sense, given that the creatures can
Sense
find
where
us.
we are. But we did what we could to stop her. We did manage to save one of her thralls, and I sent her and her daughter off to head to my hometown, basically, because we didn't stop Tilly.
She escaped, unfortunately, and she burned the evidence.
So she's still out there somewhere.
Kind of looks pointedly at Rokain. Does not say anything, though.
But apparently the initial plan was to kill the owner of the casino, but he wasn't there, so she just rained an attack down upon the whole place. Mm-hmm. And there were these odd little creatures that looked like squids, cuttlefish, something in that family, that gave off a aura that turned people.
Infected them, it seemed like.
And then there were the people that had been infected fighting us as well.
That would explain the surge, and there was a time it felt
small.
And then when you went, all of a sudden it upped. That would make sense. There was more.
Mm-hmm. At first, it was just the handful. It was Tilly and the couple she had drawn in, and then
And then
they went all out on the casino.
Yeah.
Yes, if there's something that can so easily make more.
I mean, I was only in the cloud for a short while, but I felt it starting to crawl up me. It went away the minute we were out of it, but...
I wasn't ever in the cloud, so I'm not sure. But I did see people go into it, and they came out changed.
But we're not sure where she went, and we're not sure who her higher-up is, but they're working on rebuilding now. Most people seem to be content to believe it was some kind of mass hallucination or gas or...
That's what the story of Tilly was peddling.
Yes.
And
That
covering
doesn't-
up the injuries to make it look more like sword slashes and stuff.
That doesn't surprise me.
No, being faced with something they can't comprehend or don't want to comprehend. It's easier to believe they were hallucinating than actually seeing monsters.
And it all melts away, apparently, after a bit.
Yeah, we couldn't find any evidence of the
Ichor.
Ichor there when we went back to the casino.
Which I didn't know it did that.
Next time we'll do what we can to...
I didn't know either. I don't know if that was something it could already do or if it's evolved in all these years.
We can
That's horrifying.
do what we can the next time we're in a fight with one and try and get a sample.
But whether it just disappears.
Rokain does raise his glove up, the gauntlet, because he does have two.
It's like, yes, Rokain did manage to successfully use the gauntlet twice.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Yes, once while we were in the fight at the casino, and that is how we saved the other woman that had been working with Tilly for an extent. But she was... Where Tilly still had her full mind, Romaria was losing her humanity as she turned.
It did... Records show that those that embrace it willingly usually...
And at first, Romaria's was willingly to a degree, but once she started resisting it...
She was definitely more manipulated.
Oh, absolutely,
into
yes.
it.
She didn't fully understand what exactly Tilly meant.
Yeah.
But with everything that happened, she also couldn't fully remember what happened to her.
Mm-hmm.
But since we weren't sure where Tilly went, that's why I told them to get out of town just for their own safety.
That's fair. Well, I've recognized that signature once, so I could perhaps try and look for that particular
At least see if we can get
energy
a track on her somehow.
Exactly. And I think, given the increase and how quickly things can turn, and given Zella showed up here unconscious,
She cracked my head on the stone
No,
floor.
I also felt you were close to... I was about to come get you before you were unconscious, Zealous.
Why? I was fine.
I could feel your distress.
Yeah, because we had a fight going on,
No,
but,
I could...
gonna feel distress there, yeah.
No, I don't feel your emotion. I could feel your body about to give.
I don't know what you were feeling, but that's weird.
Perhaps there's something wrong with my abilities.
I was fine until she cracked my head on the floor.
Huh.
I wasn't at that fight, so I can't offer any insight.
She literally only hit me once, and it was nothing. She was all focused on Rokain.
Yeah, Rokain was very concerning. Up and down, up and down, up and down.
Rokain, do you want to give any insight to what happened? Because again, Ygin wasn't at that fight. He can't offer any insight one way or the other.
I guess, yeah. When she finally turned, she, transformed vaguely.
Oh, yeah, she got, hooves. It was creepy.
And claws. Don't forget the claws.
Yeah, and claws, too. That was the more concerning thing.
And I figured if she stayed focused on me, we could take her. But she hit a lot harder than
She was doing a number
we
on
were
Rokain.
ready for.
Which is why I was trying to get you to get out, you know.
Yeah, I think of that. He's like, but I told you to leave first.
So, you were the one that was hurt more, so you needed to get out first.
I had a plan.
Which was?
I stopped her. She was frozen for a bit. If we ran, we would have been fine.
You stopped her.
Yeah, so we had to find a way in order to stop her, and it just kind of happened. Like, she just...
Kind of frozen place.
Interesting.
But, yes, you did that, and we were able to get to the door, but she was coming out of that.
We could have made it. But you stopped.
Because I was trying to give you time to run. Again, she'd been beating up on you the entire time.
Yes, but it took her one hit to drop you.
I didn't drop. I was up. I was fine. Again, she only hit me once.
And then you weren't fine.
She cracked my head on the stone. How fine are you going to be with that? You're not wearing a helmet either.
He is getting red in the face. He just doesn't know what to say.
Zealous is just confused.
And Ygin is just kind of ping-ponging his gaze between the two slowly.
I don't want a fight over that. I understand both sides.
Yeah, so, if Rokain had run, got himself a head start, I would have followed, but you didn't. You came back.
I understand him not wanting to leave you.
Yes, okay, yes, and I appreciate
and
that.
I understand seeing you unconscious, even if it's understandable why you were unconscious.
That was after he came back. If he had just run.
Well, no, but I understand why he brought
too.
you to me.
And if she knocked you unconscious, she could have killed you there, or who knows what she would have done to you.
I guess, but us leaving meant she had time to destroy all the evidence there.
Which is unfortunate, yes. But
So
your
now
life is more important than the evidence.
Yes, I don't know. We don't know how it would have gone, and so maybe we could have done something more.
Or maybe we couldn't, but there's not much point in what-ifing at this point.
I'm not really. I'm just...
No, I'm not getting on to just you. It's for everybody. We went into this far more unprepared than we thought we already were
And
unprepared.
that's my fault. I shouldn't have...
I mean, you didn't know that it was going to be something that could
No.
infect others like that.
And we did learn a lot, and we did manage to save some people.
Which, if I hadn't sent you when I did, those people would probably be... But...
And given the creatures that were there, it could have gone far worse if they could turn people.
Could have overtaken the entire city.
You're not the only one that learned from this. We need to train. We need to take time. I don't even understand my own abilities at this point.
Oh.
I know them. I can feel them. They're natural, but I don't...
But it's like Zealous with his magic. He knows he can cast it, but doesn't necessarily know what he's capable of.
Yes.
Because you've never had to use it before.
I would have thought you'd have the most information, though, being guardian with all the other guardians.
No one's
and
ever
stuff.
been activated.
Yeah, but isn't there information from gestures to books?
There's information. There's theories. There's...
But if no other descendants have been activated before, theoretically, their guardian powers haven't activated to full force before either.
That's true.
No, the only innate one is being able to sense you. So we would know when you activated, but we fully activate when you activate. So I need to work on that too. It was just very concerning. I didn't mean to send you in underprepared.
We know.
It's just...
Yeah.
I want you to understand, I feel where it all is all the time, and it has spread so much further than I thought was possible.
What does that feel like?
I know I described it as a shining darkness before, but that's what it looks like when I close my eyes and I visualize. But It feels... Have you ever had a day where you're not sick, but your body feels like it's coming down with something, even though it's not?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
It's that. And it's this also weird out-of-body experience at the same time. And then when I come back and I have seen it everywhere, I have a mix of panic, which I think is completely my own, and exhaustion at seeing how widespread it is. And I saw it all over. I identified 2 points that I thought were doable, and from those 2 points, I picked what I thought was the easier one, because I thought we had to do something.
We do have to do something, yeah.
You're not completely in the wrong here, Caxus. We just all a little in over our heads at the moment, trying to do our best.
And yeah, again, you didn't know that apparently this can be like
Do you know where
infectious
these
cloud.
Yeah, do you know where these creatures, these cuttlefish like creatures came from?
Not entirely. I know Romaria had the potential to sprout them. I'm surprised none came off of her in our fight, but they were trying to.
So it could be that however it manifested in her, manifested a way to make others.
Yes. Whereas others were just turning more toward Iglings.
So are you saying that some individuals will have powers that aren't...
We don't know how this would manifest in different people.
I mean, that would make sense as why Tilly was more monstrous than the others.
It would.
Mm-hmm.
Well, she was the one who infected Romaria a little bit.
As far as we can tell, that's
Do we
what
know
happened.
how she did it?
No. Romaria couldn't remember.
Were you able to sense anything in particular about that type of Ichor? So, like, if we go somewhere else, you'd be able to tell if that type of Ichor is
Like,
there again?
I'd have to remain on it on memory, but they do each have a
signature?
different shimmer, a different signature to them, yes. Like I said, I think I could specifically track Tilly. That's her name, yes?
Yes.
At the very least, the name she gave us.
That's something. But I think
Well, it's
we
the name
take...
everybody else gave her, too, so unless
Yes.
she's been planning that for a lot longer.
Or unless she starts going by something else.
I think I'm going to be more thorough when I send you... as thorough as I can be, given I can't actually...
We know you're doing your best too, Caxus.
Mm-hmm.
We don't blame you for us going in unprepared. That is just the nature of our beast right now.
I still think we should take some time.
I'm not complaining about trying to practice or learn more.
Yes, as much as we can't... You can't do what you need to do if you're dead.
Yes.
So we take some time. I take some time to identify areas of threat. And instead of just sending you, we work as a team and we decide together.
Of which areas go to?
Yes. I get you as much information as I can.
And our first few days here were just us settling in here. Now that we're here, we can work on training, work on studying.
It might be worth us going out and kind of scoping out places, too, before really diving into it.
That could be, but my worry with that is, as much as it turned into a bit of a snafu, if you hadn't been there, Lathe would likely be overrun.
Mm-hmm.
So I think if we make a choice, we have to
Commit to it. And it's also difficult if they can sense us to any degree. We can't exactly go in and scope things out without drawing attention to ourselves to a degree.
Is there any way we can hide ourselves from that?
I can start looking into it, but
Are we hidden here?
we're hidden here. Within a certain...
Concern for a moment.
They can't sense us here.
Do you know what wards or magic were put in place to accomplish that?
I know how far they last, but I don't know...
How far they last?
Like,
Yeah.
what our radius of protection is.
The range, okay.
Yes.
I thought you meant
Basically...
time. It'll only last 2 million more years.
Basically, where Thiel has his boat, just
That's about the edge of it.
about the edge. A little bit further, but...
But if we could figure out what kind of tweaked non-detection, we might be able to fasten that into something we can use.
Yes.
And that would be really helpful.
I'll try and... That'll be something I...
Just in the background.
Yes.
While it would be
or maybe even
important-
just giving you non-detection amulets in general might help.
Depending on how
degree,
they're
yes.
sensing us. Yeah.
It's worth a try. I can ask Thiel to at least locate them, and perhaps I can do something with them like I tinker.
No, yes. At least it would keep you from starting from complete scratch
Yes.
on that.
And between Echo and books, perhaps I can find it, but...
We want to give ourselves as much advantage as we can.
Yes. I just knew this place was safe.
And that's fine.
And until you came along, that's all I really needed to know. And I know that only those chosen can come in, and only... I know more than you, but I don't know as much as I'd like to know. But we can figure it out together.
Yes.
We could try anyway. There's a lot of books here.
There's a small part of Ygin proud of Caxus for that statement.
But yes, training, research, but also you've all deserve a break. So let's not worry about training tonight. Let's relax. I have a new cookbook. I can make something new.
If you have the ingredients, yeah. Should we eat outside and then Thiel can join us? We can have a picnic on the beach or something.
That would be nice.
That does sound nice.
A
Yes.
barbecue, you know.
We can do something like that. Let me find a recipe that I think would be... And he goes to start looking through his new cookbook. You get the sense that because he has a limited set of ingredients, that cookbooks are kind of almost like wish lists for him. Like, I could make this fun thing. If only I had...
Does he do that thing I do where he like bookmarks recipes?
Yeah.
Noted.
Quick, let's see if we can sneak a look.
Let's rifle through these and write down lists so next time we go to town.
He does have other cookbooks you could totally low-key look at.
Let's go look at the cake one.
But he begins to happily look through his new cookbook, and you actually see him kind of...
Happy for once?
Yeah. You can tell this is clearly, like, he cooks, and it's clearly a hobby. He likes it. It's not just a means of survival for him.
Yeah, given he's been here alone for so long, I imagine that's been one of his few joys in life.
Yeah.
Is cooking tasty food. But yeah, Ygin will take the help to get his stuff to his forge so he can kind of take stock and legitimately write a list of things he thinks he'll need for Thiel.
Yeah, those will help. I mean, if Ygin directs somewhere to put like stuff away, he'd start doing that too.
No, yeah, especially with some of the like bigger, just like sheets of stuff. It's like leave those there, put that there. He like gets his new tools all set out. And
What are you planning on making?
right now, I'm still just trying to get the forge functional. But once it's up and running, I can work on weapons for us. As much as I hate to take payment away from Thiel,
Can you do magical ones?
I might be able to with the help of Caxus. I can't enchant things myself, but
Maybe you should build something for your claws, like when you wild shape.
could be something. Some kind of...
Because it didn't
Metal
look like you had any more weapons when you first transformed.
I mean, No more than I usually do, as he flexes the claws he does
well,
have.
Like
but
your dagger. You didn't.
No,
it,
yes.
it wasn't there.
no, I don't think I'd be able to wield it, even if I did have it.
Yeah. But something to cover your claws, maybe.
Perhaps.
What else do you need to do to get this up and running?
Right now, I kind of want to reinforce the chimney. I don't think it's moving hot air out as much as it should be. But also...
We might need to look at the top, see if anything's covered it up.
I was about to say, I'm not 100% sure just how deep down we are compared to the surface, but I would like to find the outlet.
See if there's any birds nesting up there.
For the most part, I think I've smoked out anything that would be in it at this point. I have turned the forge on.
All right, see if we've got any smoked birds up there.
A delicacy.
Food.
But
Poached eggs or whatever.
but at this point, it's replacing some of the last rusty elements and making sure all the gears and pulleys work as they're supposed to, and then I should be able to actually start forging things.
Can I help?
I don't see why not.
I mean, I don't know how to forge, but like I can at least help get it up and going, hopefully.
There's a small part of Ygin sad
Oh,
that he's unintentionally taking on another apprentice when baby Ygin is back home supposed to be his apprentice, but it's fine.
can't baby Ygin learn from Ygин's dad?
Yes, but it's not the same.
Yes, but it's not like he's losing out on his education fully.
No. Grandpa Durant will definitely take over, but he's like, I can show you the ropes, teach you the basics.
Cool.
Have you make your own dagger one day.
It'll be a shitty one, I'm sure. I think I'll stick with my new +1.
Oh, absolutely. Whatever that means.
My new extra shiny dagger.
But yes, I can teach you the basics. We can work on some things. And hopefully I can actually make casings for our transportation.
Oh yeah,
gems
that
now.
would be nice too, in case Rokain decided to just fuck off again and we're scrambling to get them out of our pockets.
Yeah, so they're not just jangling around in our pockets
Yeah.
anymore.
Or somebody can steal them too.
Yes. My first rendition didn't work too well, but I had only done minor repairs to the forge, and I didn't have my good tools on me, but...
And these tools are better.
Oh, absolutely. The ones I got from home were my backup set that are kind of old and run down, but my good set was with Drake.
Oh.
2 weeks away.
I mean, I guess we could get the squishies and go to Drake, right? If you really needed them.
For now, the ones I got from Thiel, they're frankly a little better than the set I had, but I should be fine. No, if I'm going to Drake, it's not just to get my tools from him.
Well, yeah, I'm sure you'd like to see your friend too.
I would, yes. He is still worried about me. I did manage to at least assure him I am alive.
Yeah, I was.
Him actually being able to see that might make him feel a little better.
That's good. Did he sound okay?
As okay as he could be, given the circumstances.
Yeah.
But the last thing he heard from me was one of us needs to get back to our children.
So you probably worried him again.
Yes. And then I ran off being chased down by Ichor wolves.
Sorry.
So...
But that was the point of the scrolls you got, right?
Yes. And I did send to him, and I sent to another friend of mine as well.
Well, yeah, that's what I meant, that he's heard from
Yes,
you. Yeah.
he has heard from me, and he responded, and he's as okay as he can be. But, again, I think he wouldn't hate being able to put his eyes on me again.
I doubt it. He's your friend.
It's practically my brother.
Yeah, then I think he'd like that. Makes Zealous a little sad. Remembering his friends.
Mm-hmm. I don't think I'm going to get started on this tonight. I do need to make a list of things I need from Thiel for further more than this, but...
Is it anything that you'd be able to get started on once it's up and running, even when Thiel's hasn't brought that stuff back?
Probably. I have enough scraps. I can at least work on some small things. I don't really have enough for weapons and armor yet, but
maybe the casings.
I have enough for that, yes. Also just recycling the ones I already attempted to melt those down again. And
Yeah, what happened the first time?
They weren't sturdy enough. The metal was a little too brittle. I couldn't get it to the right temperature to temper it properly.
That might be the chimney problem then, right?
Yes.
All right, look at chimney. I think that's probably the first thing then.
For what I can see down here, it seems unblocked, but there's a lot of tunnel between here and the top.
And I bet Cactus is not going to know where on the island this chimney comes out.
Possibly not. So it might be a little bit of a scavenger hunt.
We should see if he has a map of the island, actually.
That would help. And a layout of the bunker
blueprints?
to see.
Maybe,
yes, to see if we can kind of triangulate where it might be.
Maybe label some rooms, 'cause apparently he has an artifact room. I want to see that.
Yeah.
Head back to the others.
Yeah. Kind of make our way back out. See if Caxus needs any help in the kitchen.
Yeah, Caxus is happy. He found a recipe he's able to pull off. He's excited for. He's like, oh no, I'm good. You guys can go relax.
You want me to go tell Thiel he's invited to there on the beach?
Yes.
Zealous does have the easiest time going back and forth between his ship.
Assuming he doesn't have some kind of guards on there that will deactivated.
That's fair.
But yeah,
have
I
to
can go.
imagine, at least for us, he
Huh?
wouldn't. I said I have to imagine, at least for us, they wouldn't attack. Maybe just inform him someone's there.
Well, we'll see if I blow up. It's fine.
Fair enough. Good luck.
I can pause in the water and yell up at him just to make sure or something.
But yeah, while Zealous goes and does that, Ygin will sit in the kitchen area and just work on his list and his letter. Just offer some companionable silence / company.
Yeah, you might get a few. Ygin, can you taste this for me?
Of course.
What do you think? More salt?
Just a touch.
Maybe some garlic. I think I have some garlic. But yeah, unless there's another theme, you all have a very nice dinner with Thiel.
I think, Zealous would swim out and not get on the boat just yet. Just, call up to make sure. Yeah.
Zealous,
Can I come up?
get right ahead.
Side of the boat. Be like, hey, we're going to have a dinner on the beach. You want to join us?
Sure, I'll join you.
Great. I don't know when it's going to be ready. Cactus is flipping through the new cookbook you got him. He seems to be enjoying it, though.
Oh, I'm glad.
Yeah. Come back now if you want, or we'll holler you down.
I'll head back.
I think he just dives off the edge.
Okay. Goodbye to you, too.
He likes swimming. Leave him alone.
Yes, and all manners fly out the window when they're able to swim.
But yeah,
It's just such second nature to just come in and out of water.
I'm like, okay, see you over there. Just good talk, bud. Bye. No, just objective done. Bye. No bye. Just jump.
He thought that was settled. Like, yeah, we'll meet you over there. Okay, cool. Dive.
I think what Caxus has made is, it's not exactly picnic food, but because he wanted to do something a little bit more.
No, yeah.
I think he just makes a nice shepherd's pie sort of meal.
Tasty.
Yum.
And it's quite good, and
We could have a bonfire on the beach.
yeah. He's watching very closely as everyone eats their first bite.
This is good.
It's very good.
Glad.
This is the first time you've made something like this?
Yeah, well, I've made something somewhat like it, but never with a recipe.
It's very good.
Okay?
So Rokain just sitting silently, brooding off to the side.
No, he's eating it. He's just thinking.
What do you think, Theo?
think it's delicious. Definitely the best thing I've eaten while on this island.
It's fair.
What, Cactus, you didn't cook for him when you were saving his life?
I mean, I would put out some things, but I had to make sure that they would keep. And then I always offer him food, but he says he feels awkward just taking food back to his boat.
That seems fair.
Yeah. No, it's much nicer to have company with dinner.
So, yeah, I'll stay here if you may. I was thinking you could come back to the boat tonight, Ygin. We could discuss what all you need.
I do have a list together for you. Yes,
Dallas just kind of
Rokain.
snorts into a shepherd's pie.
No,
Can I
Rokain
help
didn't do anything. I feel like as in the time of them doing their thing and the food being cooked, Rokain has written up the bare bones of the contract, just waiting for the numbers to be filled in, the signatures.
Yeah.
He is going to pass that off to Thiel.
For his purview.
Yeah.
Then, looks it over. He's like, yeah, this is all very impressive, yes. Thank you very much, Rokain.
Of course.
I like the gentle customer service voice that always comes out of Rokain.
I didn't realize I was doing my fucking customer service voice.
Happy to help!
He is happy. Like the contract made him making the contract made him happy.
Made him feel
It
better
is the
after
proper way to do this sale.
made him feel better after the grumpy conversation about the fight.
He might actually enjoy fucking writing up documents and shit
Goddamn.
like that.
He
for
doesn't need
proper-
to be an ambassador. He needs to be a lawyer.
But you guys have a nice night. I feel like Thiel has some stories to tell because he's been all over.
No, yeah.
I Zealous would love that. He'd be asking so much.
Rokain, the
He's
adventuring
like,
lawyer.
so one time I met this bounty hunter, right? And completely mistook me for another tiefling. So there I am.
I have a hard time you being mistaken for another tiefling. I've never seen one that has horns on fire.
You would think.
He's
Apparently,
clearly bad at his job.
Yeah,
it wasn't that. Apparently, it was a tiefling who could use fire magic. So he just, with the same sort of coloring as me, and so he just sort of assumed.
That it was magic, not just
Yes.
innate.
And it is bad at his job, yes.
Bad at his job.
Yeah, he just tackled me to the floor. He was good at that. And before I know it, I'm tied up.
Not the way you want to be.
Not the way I like being tied up at all.
I do think Rokain chokes on his food there. Because he didn't think this is how it was going to go.
I'm not
I'm
surprised
tied up.
you said that.
And I can't even explain the situation to him because I've got a gag in my mouth. And then his partner comes and starts calling him an idiot because he has the right tiefling. Anyway, I made them buy things from me as recompense.
That seems the least they could have done.
Yes. But these two bounty hunters, they just... One was clearly more,
Intelligent?
better at his job,
Experienced.
a little bit more experienced. Yeah, I think his name was, Beric, Born, Bossen, something of the like. It was a B name.
That just immediately makes Zealous just kind of go still.
But he was good folk. Younger than I would think of an experienced bounty hunter, but he was good at his job.
What was he?
Genasi.
Yeah, Zealous just goes completely quiet. And I don't think he says anything.
Everything all right there, Zealous?
Yeah.
All right.
All right. I'm sorry if I've said something.
No, you didn't say anything. He wants to know more, but he's afraid to ask.
That's fair.
And he's just sad now.
Oh.
So yeah, he's just gonna be quiet now. Turn into Rokain.
It's one of those, the passive 15 insight is unnecessary here, but also knows better than to push if Zealous isn't ready to talk about it.
He still tells some fun stories, but I feel like Zealous is a little at interaction.
Yeah.
He isn't sure if he's like, I could tell more stories about that, but I don't know if that story clearly triggered him. So he's like, I don't know where to avoid, like, bounty hunter stories, or is it just this guy? Does he know it? You know.
There's a part of Ygin just waiting for someone in Chandra's party to come up. He's just got this weird pit in his stomach. Like, am I about to hear a story about them? Am I?
Thiel's met a lot of people, man.
Thiel's met a lot of people. Good.
Yeah, there was one time I was selling to this adventuring group, big hoity-toity. Thought they were better than everyone. Not all of them, but
there's always a few.
The group was fine, but this jerk of a sorcerer was trying to haggle me, and not well, not in good faith. An item that was clearly worth about 500 gold. You know what he started on the haggling price? 25 gold.
What a shithead.
Right?
That sounds awfully familiar. Then he kind of pauses. He's like, was his name Raiden by any chance?
His name was Raiden.
That's my ex's group. Seeing the curious of everyone. That would be Chandra and her group.
Do I need to roll to see?
Go ahead.
Do we? Yeah.
Roll history. You're both adventure nerds, so you can roll with advantage.
Yeah, but I'm also not a well-informed one. I'm really
Is that
not.
a nat one?
It was a nat 1 and a 3 that I rolled. So 5.
So the name is enough, like, it scratches your brain.
I rolled a 10 and a 15 for a soft 20.
You know all about Chandra. I would
The minute
say,
you hear Chandra, you're like, Chandra Leonani?
yeah.
I feel like it comes out before he thinks because you did just mention your exes. It's just
It's like, yes, Chandra Leonani. That is Zara's mother.
I've read a lot about. Yeah, no, that's it.
What have
No
they
more.
done?
A lot.
No further information? Okay. All right.
No.
But-
I don't think he wants to talk about it.
Okay.
It's like they're a very proficient adventuring group.
Do I
They've
get
gotten
any bells in my
commendations from the
head?
queen.
What?
They've got commendations from the queen.
Wow.
Hence why he thought he could get away with offering me 25 gold.
Yeah, Raiden's an asshole like that.
Above board, does Rokain's sister constantly talk about them back whenever she was...
But I feel like his sister used to admire Chandra.
Okay.
A strong female in a position of leadership.
Okay.
Do I get any bells ringing?
I feel like when I say something as like proficient as like they've been accommodated by the they've received accommodation and acclaim from the queen. Not many adventuring groups have had that. So you're just like, wait, Chandra, and it kind of rings the bell of like, oh damn.
Oh, that group? That's your ex? Oh my, wow.
Like, sorry, the cleric of the group is the friend I sent to.
I feel like this should have been mentioned before now, but I also know that this has not come up at all. But holy shit, you know them?
Yes. Evidently, some of them intimately. What? It's like, yes. I am very familiar with the mother of my child.
Thiel kind of smirks and he goes, oh, does that make you out of my league?
Of course not.
Would he have heard stories of Chandra having a child?
No.
Okay. I think he'd be like, I didn't know she was a mom.
There's like, Ygin is just like, he's normally, his resting face is not terse. There's just this little bit of a terse look that hits his face. He's like, I'm aware. Very few are aware she's a mother.
I'm picking up some hostilities here.
Obviously.
Thanks, Rokain.
He's just like, stop
I know you're
talking
both a
about
little starstruck, but need I remind you the disappointment in Zara's face when I said I had a job like her mother's?
No. He is so torn between this is uncomfortable for Ygin and he doesn't want to push, but like he wants stories.
Yeah, and that's what Ygin was afraid of with you two yahoos. It's like, this is one of the reasons why. And also, he just doesn't brag about, yeah, I fucked Chandra Leonati. Like, no, that's not something, that's not on his list of accolades.
Baden was an ass.
Raiden is an ass. He's never liked me.
How could someone not like you?
Well, it's apparently very easy when, you know, you think someone's below you and you're with your boss.
Most of the group was fine.
Oh, no, yeah, the rest are lovely.
You know, some of them a little standoffish, but they were, like, dealing with something. But none of them tried to lowball me like that. Chandra definitely, no offense to you, has had this air of superiority about her.
That doesn't surprise me, frankly.
Zealous is holding that like nope.
I've
Ygin-
met much more
Ygin was
impressive
upset.
adventurers.
What?
That does earn a little snort and grin from Ygin.
That's what Rokain is at. Like, he's excited to know, like, wants to know more, but then quickly shut it down when this became a topic of, you know, that should be avoided.
Yeah. So it's very much, and Ygin gave him the kindness of not prying. Zealous is
Trying to return the
yeah,
favor.
she's just like, but it's so cool.
It's really not, though.
But
I know.
stories are told, fun is had. Thiel probably bought some drinks too. Eventually the night comes to an end. He invites Ygin back with him.
Ygin goes back with him.
Everybody else goes to sleep. And I think you get to the boat and he just kind of he looks and he's like, business or pleasure first.
Might be best to get the business out of the way first.
And then you get the business out of the way and then the
And
pleasure.
then get the business out of the way. And that's probably a good place for our break. Hey guys, we wouldn't be able to do this podcast without the support of our listeners. If you'd like to support us even more, you should head over to Patreon and check us out there at patreon.com/rollforfocuspodcast. You'll get all kinds of cool stuff like our Hyperfocus episodes that release on our off weeks, where we talk about the episodes and our thoughts and predictions about the future of the show, insights into our character backstories, or us playing games in and out of character. Want to suggest an NPC or a magic item for Emery to give us in the world? You can do that too, and so much more. And we're enacting our first Patreon stretch goal. When we get to 50 Patreon subscribers, no matter the tier, Emery is going to run a one-shot where we play a group of adventurers that run into the ancestors before they became the world-saving heroes we know now. Even more fun, patrons will be able to pitch character concepts we'll choose from to build our one-shot characters. You can join for as little as $1 a month, and every dollar we make goes right back into producing our podcast with the hopes we can improve and make it everything our listeners deserve. Thanks!
All right, welcome back, everyone. During that, I didn't want to break up the OP, but people did earn some gems. Pass one of those to Cody.
Hey,
We got little bitch gems. What
for being a petty bitch.
For Rokain.
was I being a
one
petty
of
bitch
each.
about?
I don't know.
Yeah.
That was a comment to me. I got a black one because I was being a petty bitch.
I have no idea why I got a black one.
You were a sad bitch.
I'm just curious as why I got a bad bitch token. I know why I always get fucking little bitch tokens. But yeah.
You were being a good Samaritan, making your contract,
That's fair,
not
yeah.
prying into people's shit.
But yeah, so Ygin wakes up the next morning.
On the boat.
I have a tune.
He's open to conversation if you want conversation.
Does Ygin get seasick?
Apparently not.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just curious.
He just doesn't like being in the ocean because it's salty and gross in his fur. He doesn't mind being on the water.
Yeah.
I was say, I'm sure you've traveled.
Yeah, he has traveled between.
I mean, he's went to Lathe.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean he doesn't get seasick.
Well, that's true. But no, I don't think so.
But yeah, there's some conversation. Some of it casual. I think Thiel makes a joke like, Is this the part where I get to meet your parents now?
Don't joke. My mother would adore you.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
My mom would adore you, too. It might be a shock, because she is not what you'd be expecting from my mom.
Neither's mine.
Oh?
Mine a human.
Mine's a Triton.
Ah.
Adopted.
Same. I would have... Evidently, but...
What? Your dad could be a Leonin, and
No, both human.
just like, oh,
Just like,
nice
ah,
little thing.
both adopted.
Cool.
Twinsies.
Not twinsies.
Definitely
not twinsies.
Ew.
Not like that.
But yeah, just I had fun last night.
So did I.
While I'm here, you want to have another night like that? I'm open to it.
I don't think I'd be opposed to that.
You're very good company.
It's likewise.
Vote for how good the sex was. I'm just kidding. I don't do that.
Performance!
All my dice are so mean, though.
Well, Thiel's got a 22 in charisma over there. He'll
I
make
rolled
up
a nat
for it.
20. Just as a joke.
I don't know which one won't be mean to me. They're all mean to me.
Oh!
Soft 20!
You guys had amazing sex.
God.
You had amazing sex. Honestly, Ygin, best you've had in a while.
Good.
It was kind of just what you needed.
No, yeah, it's like, this ill-advised coping mechanism was good for the soul. With a little extra frustration to work off after the conversation about Chandra.
Yes. But I imagine you have some pleasant conversation. You you talk a bit. He asks you about your daughter, like genuinely, like, oh, what's she like? And like, I'm sure Ygin just goes off bragging about his daughter.
Yeah. Chip off the old block, little scamp. Bought her the magnifying glass because she's very into being an investigator these days.
Oh, is that right?
Oh yes, she's always getting into trouble, and I can't be mad at her because she's just me as a child. And always drags her poor best friend into it all.
Oh, did you drag your poor best friend into it?
Oh, we dragged each other into everything. That was more mutual. But yes, that would be my guide son, whose name is also Ygin, just spelled differently.
Oh, nice.
Yes, it was very sweet.
But yeah, it's just pleasant getting to know you conversation. He shows a genuine interest in, like...
Ygin as a person, which
Yeah.
Ygin reciprocates, and Thiel as a person. You know?
Yeah, you learn, Thiel was adopted when he was 7 years old. No idea about his actual parents. No siblings. They kind of moved around a lot, so he didn't have a lot of friends, but, his mom's great, he loves her, and then that's one of the reasons he's always on the move now.
Because that's weirdly where he feels most at home.
Exactly. But he always goes and visit moms who's she's getting older, she's kind of stuck.
Where are they from? Or where is she currently, I guess?
She is currently, give me one sec,
Because that would be something Ygin asks. It's like, okay, you visit her, where do you visit?
she lives in Hamisu. Which is the more naturalistic part that, like, technically part of the Queen's Alliance, but they kind of stay out of stuff.
So yeah, just some nice getting to know each other chat before Egan's like, okay, Caxus might have a conniption if I am this far away for this long, so I probably need to head back over this morning.
What is the deal with...
It's a type of agoraphobia, and that's the best way to explain it at the moment.
Fair enough. He at least gives you some coffee before
Appreciate it, yeah.
rowing you back, and then he rows back, and...
Egan lets himself back in the bunker for the day.
Assuming that doesn't lock, does it?
No, there's really no point in...
Just curious.
At least not while you're when you're gone. Absolutely, it's locked.
But while we're home and coming in and out, and anyone that's not supposed to be there, well, who the fuck
Blow
knows what
up.
happens, yeah.
Yeah, you come in, Caxus has made breakfast, and he looks relieved. And then you see, like, because Fessy was, Ygin, I was wondering where you... Oh, I hope you had a nice night.
You didn't get there from the conversation last night, Caxus?
No, like, he knew something was probably going to happen, but...
Didn't expect Ygin to be gone all night, sort of thing. Like, well, he wasn't going to kick me off a ship in the middle of the night.
That makes sense.
It would have been rude.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, Cactus just has a look like, I don't think Rokain fully understands what happened.
No, I think he does.
Okay.
He's just trying not
He's
to...
just ignoring that because he doesn't even want to pretend to imagine Ygin in that kind of scenario.
He is an adult. He can do what he wants. And
And who he wants.
exactly.
But yeah, you are fully attuned to the item now.
Okay.
Me as
You
well.
know what it does.
The javelin?
Yep.
Or the spear?
The spear.
The spear.
Neat.
I want to go test it out.
Zella's going to go with you.
Cool.
You test it out. Blades made of lightning pop out when you say the command word, because once you're attuned, you know the command word.
Oh, that's cool.
What's the command word? Make it up.
Sparky, sparky, boom, boom.
There's no boom boom, though.
Ignite.
Sparky, sparky, ignite, ignite.
Ignite seems like... But that seems like a very...
That seems more fire.
That's fair.
Plasmatic.
Plasmatic. No.
Systematic. Hydromatic. Grease lightning.
That's the word. It's grease.
And then to recall it as lightning.
It's canon now, motherfucker, because you could come up with anything.
I'm still thinking.
It's grease lightning.
I just like the idea of, like, ignition just seems simple enough. And that would be something Rokain would like, but if that's not what it is, then yeah.
No, I did ask you, since you're the one who knows the command word.
So yeah, if you like ignite,
Ignition.
ignition.
Yeah, the whole... Yeah.
Is it just in common?
What are the runes written in?
I mean, they're runes.
Definitely, like, common, but like
But
an
yeah.
older version of common.
Common. So, yeah, maybe common.
Okay. Old common.
Yeah.
I imagine, theoretically, you could say it in any language.
Yeah.
But
So, yeah, I feel like he just kind of twirls it in his hand, kind of lets it go around a bit before just winding up and just launching it.
Not at me, I hope.
No, yeah, no, straight at you. Hopefully it goes through it and fucking
Mark sits
ignites some
across from me
brain.
at the table, so he mimed throwing it toward me.
Yeah, and
It'll
of
ignite
course you
your
can
brain
then
cells.
hold your hand out and...
Yeah, and that's what he's trying out is the return option.
What happens once it goes? Is it gonna? What is it?
does it just land in the dirt? Did you throw it over the ocean or just across the
Straight
beach?
into the fucking no. Yeah, across the beach.
Okay, so it doesn't.
Well,
set something
lightning
on
with
fire.
sand.
Turns it into glass.
Ooh.
So there's just a little bit of glass.
Technically liquefied glass.
Yeah,
at the
liquefied
moment.
glass.
Well, they can make actual like statues, like
Yeah.
up into the air and stuff. So
So yeah, it hits, and then I'm assuming you guys are like, why did you throw it?
no, that was like that was awesome.
Egan's also intrigued by the glass, effectively. He's
Yeah.
like, if only I knew how to craft with that.
And then just, holds his hand out and says whatever word.
You don't even need a word to
It doesn't
summon
have
it
to?
back to
Okay,
you,
so
no.
yeah. And it just reappears back in his hand.
That's even
impressive.
better. I can see why you want this. I want this.
Yeah, you hear a little Thiel kind of.
And Rokain's like, this is going to be so expensive.
Unfortunately, it is, kiddo.
And then we'll say the word to dismiss the lightning so it returns back to the rod before twirling it and handing it back to Thiel because he did promise that he would give it back.
Yeah. Thiel thinks about it. He's like, well, you're helping me test it out, helping me with other things. 550 gold. And I think that's a steal.
That is a steal.
So much. I thought it was going to be more than that, honestly.
Yeah.
That's above board. Like,
Yeah.
I honestly thought it was going to be at least 1,000.
He included your discount. it would.
How much is the goddamn discount?
He included your discount and then discounted you further because you're agreeing to work for him.
Okay.
That's fair.
So 500 is left.
Yes. He probably would have charged the average person around 1,000. He probably would have charged Caxus like 700, 750, and then you add in that he's willing to work for it.
Yeah.
He's, about 200 in labor,
And I want a spear like that now. I don't think I could throw it so well, but I want one.
I didn't
Let's
also
get you
think.
proficient with your daggers and maybe a sword and work your way up to a spear.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Thiel's just gonna be between here and the island if anyone wanna interact with him, but he's only here for a week.
Zealous needs to go pick his brain about a gift for Caxus.
Yeah, I assume everyone kind
Oh.
of sneaks off to go get a gift for Caxus.
I will have to finish the contract,
Yes.
and he would sign it with his signet ring.
Oh, lordy.
Yeah, because that's the proper way to do it, and would sign his full name, where Thiel would learn that he is, Rokain
Rokain
Nornellis.
Nornellis.
He doesn't make a big thing out of it.
Thank God, I love you.
But yes, does everyone at one point while he's there during the week go there to get something for Caxus?
I do not.
Probably.
You don't?
No, I'm going to search through the books to see if I can find any more books on the Guardian.
Okay.
Anything to help him with figuring out his abilities.
You're supposed to be working for Thiel.
Well, yes, whenever he's working for Thiel, he's working for Thiel. But whenever he's not, he's also researching and doing other things. Like, he doesn't have to be there every day, all day.
One of Ygин's companionable visits. He probably does.
There's
find
at least
something
4
for
hours
Caxus.
every night that he isn't allowed to be on the boat by himself.
Yeah.
He only needs to sleep for 4 hours, so that leaves 4 extra hours to rifle through books and probably go through
And
his
he's not
bedroom.
making you work the entire time.
Yeah, exactly. Though Rokain would also be okay with just because it's organizing and creating lists, and apparently it really makes him happy.
Apparently, he's a little autistic.
Didn't we already know that though?
Yeah.
But yeah, he talks to you a bit about things he knows Catsits likes. He's like, I know Catsits likes chess. He likes cooking. He likes animals. I believe his favorite, he once told me, is a gecko.
Okay. Got anything gecko related? That's not an actual gecko.
Let me look. I have this lovely little gecko statue.
Is it an actually lovely little gecko statue?
It is.
Made of...
Why do I imagine some kind of like green gemstone?
Yeah, I was
Ooh,
thinking
like
that.
moss
It's like
agate or
green
something?
gem.
How big is it?
The listeners won't see this, but like,
Huh. Kind of a 4x4
yeah.
inch.
Yeah.
Zealous wants to get it a collar to give to Caxus. Like, here's your little pet gecko.
Feels like, I'll see what I have.
Oh, no. I can get
Yeah.
get some stuff to braid.
Okay.
Just braided a little leather collar.
To be his friend when we're gone or something,
It's a pet rock. It's just gecko shaped.
Zealous is accurately assuming Caxus is going to name this.
What do you think Ygin gets Caxus?
One, see if he has. I don't know if the fantasy romance book Caxus picked up was like in a series or anything, but kind of maybe pick up 1 or 2 more of those, and then all of the little bits and bobs that Caxus was intrigued by, kind of see if Thiel has anything more like that in that vein, and kind of get him some arts and crafts stuff.
Yeah. Because really what he was interested in with the bits and bobs are like, these are just random components and things that I could make something out of tinker-wise.
No, yeah. And, like, Ygin gets the I want random supplies on hand because I never know what I'll be able to use it for kind of thing.
So it's like, hey, do you have any more, like...
Just scrap, effectively.
Yeah. And, like, Thiel's like, yeah, honestly, I didn't think... This is the stuff I didn't think I could really sell.
So, yeah. Another couple books and more scrap for him to play with.
And then you're looking at things about Guardians?
Whatever books you can find on, whether it be, the original notebook.
Investigation.
Yep. Can I also, while going through these books, start at least some kind of
Yes. I'll
organization?
have you do a raw intelligence check
Okay.
for that.
That's a nat 20 for a 23.
What the fuck is with your nat 20s on investigation? He wants that information. Then do the intelligence check for the ordering.
Okay. That one's not as good. It's still good. It's a 14 on the die.
You start getting a system in place.
14.
You can see where
17 in total.
Caxus maybe originally when he was younger was starting to organize, and maybe where people in the past have started, but they get overwhelmed very quickly. Especially a fucking 13-year-old.
He is dragging as many bookshelves as he can find to line them up in order to make some kind of... Because he doesn't like that they're on the floor either.
You're getting a good headway.
Okay.
Meanwhile, you find some books of former Guardians. So the whole thing about former Guardians is, they were never activated. But the older you find, the more detailed it is, because it's gotten less diluted throughout the time. So you find... like a book from, not like one of the, but like, probably a 1,000 years ago of a journal of one of them, just going over, the days that they spend, how they spend training, things their mentor is teaching them. And it's like, when I am activated, I should be able to have these abilities, and they list them quite clearly. With a nat 20, you find one. This could be wrong, obviously.
Yeah.
But this is the most clear record of, like, this is what I should be able to do that you can find.
We don't know unless he tries.
Yes.
If it means increasing his abilities because he doubted his abilities, and Rokain actually kind of got a little upset about that, he wants to give him more confidence in his abilities.
Yeah.
That is his birthday present.
No. Confidence.
Yeah, there's...
Knowledge.
There's the things he's told you about sensing Ichor, sensing you guys. But apparently his connection with you guys can be stronger. His connection to the Ichor can also be stronger. And he apparently has... It says specifically, my mentor won't give me the details, but I'm apparently going to be able to have prophetic abilities. Which Caxus has never mentioned him being able to have prophetic abilities.
Yeah.
So, like, you're like, if this is true, this is something Caxus doesn't even know.
I don't feel like that's a wait till your birthday to give. Like, he is going to Caxus with that information whenever he has it all collected.
I think Caxus cries.
And he's just like, I found all these like books on different
And this
Guardians.
is the most important one.
Yeah, it's just like, I went through all of these and found these information and this, and bam! Like,
You did that for me.
well, yeah.
Thank you, Rokain.
Well, you doubted yourself.
Well, clearly something was wrong if Zealous was okay, and I was sensing that he wasn't.
He wasn't okay. He's just too stupid.
Was okay.
You shut up!
That's who! Why can't I be there down the hallway or something?
That Rokain and Caxus have their moment!
I mean, either way, Rokain's sticking by the fact that he wasn't okay. He just doesn't know what the hell he's talking about.
Thank you, Rokain. I really appreciate it. But yes, eventually Thiel leaves with a goodbye to each of you, a happy birthday to Caxus.
Should I... This might screw me over, but should I roll to see how well I helped him?
You know what? You teacher, sure.
Okay. What do you want me to roll?
I wasn't gonna make you, but
Another flat intelligence.
I feel like this is another flat intelligence.
Okay.
At least you're an intelligent fighter.
Yeah. That's a pointed up top. It's almost a 19, but I'm assuming I need to re-roll it.
Yeah.
And if it's cocked, it's cocked. Yeah, reroll it.
It went from a 19 to a 3. So it's a 6.
So here's the thing. It's not that you're doing a bad job. Like, you don't, like, voon this, and he's like, okay, yeah, no, I'm charging you $750.
Oh, well, yeah.
But the thing is, you have to get used to Thiel's organization system to be able to optimize it, because you don't want to change his entire system.
No, not at all.
So your days are mostly spent trying to understand this system already in place.
Yeah. And it's not like I'll help you this weekend or this week, and then next time. Like, he plans on continuously helping him for however long he needs help.
Especially since Thiel will have inventory gone, but new inventory in its place, and that'll need its own kind of organization once it comes into play, yeah.
So it's just learning. You just don't make as much progress as you'd like, but by the end of it, you have at least Thiel's organization
down.
Okay. You get how he does things. And you're like, it does make sense. It just, at first glance, it didn't make sense to me.
Yeah. So he doesn't get his good job yet.
Not yet.
Oh, no, he still tells you you did good. He goes, thanks for your help. I appreciate it.
Rokain doesn't feel like he did a good job.
That's fair. He may not say the words good job, but he genuinely thanks you.
He shows appreciation for the effort you have put forth.
And again, Rokain will agree or, still want to help him when he comes back.
But yeah, Thiel leaves. Ygin probably spent more than a few nights on his boat.
Maybe not every night, but most of them.
Got to know more of him and stuff. I'd say by the end they're probably decent friends. Mm-hmm. But yeah, eventually Caxus kind of buries himself in his lab. Because he's like, I have to work on more transportation for you guys.
Is there anything any of us can do to help you with that?
I mean, you can certainly try. You're good at
tinkering in my own way.
Tinkering in your own way.
Can I try?
Sure.
Would you like us to just kind of come watch you work for a little while and see what we might be able to offer?
This might sound... my lab is my space... And it's not that I don't... If you could come separately...
No, that's fair.
Right. Remember to take breaks.
We'll make him take breaks whenever we trade off.
Just walking past with like a stack of books.
Oh yeah, sure, you get to yell. I can't yell down the hallway.
I was okay with you saying that.
But yeah, first with Zealous, he sort of... I think he thinks like... perhaps your magic ability might be able to help. Like, not that your tinkering wouldn't, but he's like, you watch him. Go ahead and make an intelligence check.
Okay.
And Ygин's working on his forge whenever he's not with them.
That's a 9.
And go ahead and make an Arcana check.
14.
You're a little lost.
Mm-hmm.
This is above you.
Yeah.
You're impressed, and basically what you're like, the best way to help Caxus streamline this is basically just to be hand me this. Okay, Caxus.
Where's the simple things? Like, you stand here and mix these two in this amount
exactly.
and turn it 7 times and then hand it to me.
Exactly. Like, you're not streamlining it the best, but you're...
But an extra pair of hands still helps.
Exactly.
And Zealous does not mind being the fetch this per se, do this basic
Go ahead
work.
and make a tools check to see how you're...
Me. Cody.
Yeah, Cody, sorry.
Say names.
Are we just doing normal dex plus proficiency for that?
Yeah.
It was almost a 13, and then it wobbled to my nat 1 for a 6.
Yeah,
just an off day.
So here's the thing: you're able to take your time with this, but you have at least one big snafu where like you're set back big time.
Good.
But I wasn't gonna make it like you make no progress because you have 3.5 weeks to
work on it. Yeah.
So like overall,
it's
you
just
make
a
progress.
big ancient fort. It's the fucking chimney.
It's the fucking it backfire. It's like you're trying to like clear it, and it just sort of like boom.
Yeah. Yeah, like he got as far up as he could from the floor when he finally found the hatch above. It was grown over, so he had to hack all the stuff away and get the grate off of it, and then, yeah. And then there was something just caught in there that it took a long time to get out.
Oh, I thought you were rolling to help with Cactus.
Was
No,
that?
no. That was for the forge. But
No.
when you, but I feel
thought you
like
were.
while you're with Caxus, you have some pleasant conversation. It's not quite as free as it will probably be with Ygin, because there's still not like a wall between you, but there's a
fence.
There's a fence.
Just a high one.
He's just Wilsoning over it at the moment.
But it's like just pleasant conversation. Like, if you ask him questions like, hey, how did you learn how to do this? And he's like, oh, I taught myself from things I learned at Daichi. And
Yeah, I mean, Cactus, Zealous would ask questions and everything. So I don't know if he feels like there's a fence there.
Yeah.
He's, being friendly and everything.
It's just not quite as personal as it might be. It's still
Yeah,
very,
like,
it's
when-
still surface level
when
kind of
Ygin
information.
gets in there, the talk might get deep. And I didn't want you to feel bad about that. It's just that you and Caxus aren't, like, at
At
deep
that level
talks
yet.
But, like, you learn about him. You probably didn't even know he was from Daichi, because the only one he's told is
Ygin.
Ygin. But you find out he's from Daichi. You find out that he showed promise from when he was young. He was called a prodigy. He was in an advanced school, which even to be advanced in Daichi is saying something, because that's the kind of place, from what Zealous knows of it, everyone's kind of advanced, So to be called advanced in Daichi is like...
Really, really good.
Is like, So...
Were you sad to have to come here to leave, I guess, all that opportunity for education?
I was honored, because it's an honor and it's a gift.
But
I mean, there was a part of me. I was leaving behind friends and
family
and
Alive.
Leonardo, my pet gecko.
Oh. You couldn't bring Leonardo with you?
I didn't know if it would be safe.
Oh. Yeah, that's some really shitty rules. I'm sorry.
Yes. And it didn't help. It was... If I was going to be chosen, I always thought it would be when I was 16 to 20. That's when most
Are chosen.
are chosen. I was the youngest for the markings to ever appear.
Wow. Really?
Yes. No one under the age of 16 has ever received markings. Up till that point, 16 was the youngest.
Mm-hmm.
So when I woke up one day...
That had to be overwhelming.
It was a lot. But again, I was proud. I was honored to be the chosen one of being able to guide you and help you.
Well, I mean, you didn't know we existed then.
No, but I knew the idea of you all. I knew that.
The idea of the descendants.
Yeah.
It's definitely, an honor, but that's still like a 90-degree turn in your life. Hard to do, especially as a kid.
Yes. And then to arrive on the island and see dragons in the distance.
How did you get here?
Oh, each possible family that has had this passed down, obviously the bloodline gets a little... There's been a time or two we don't know, and then the current mentor has to sort of reach out to them. I don't know how that works, because I didn't have one. But, basically, there's a key that only someone who... A guide can use, and then I just duplicated that key when I got here to be able to give to the descendants, because I thought it was quite silly that the descendants wouldn't be able to access here as easily as guides are.
does everybody in the family then get this key?
No, there's one per family.
So did you have to send yours back?
I never thought of that.
Good. Good.
I'm a genius, I promise!
And no one also thought to send to Caxus. It's like, good, you're there. Could you send the fucking key back? Like...
Oh dear.
Have you ever sent letters to your family with Thiel?
When he first arrived, I sent, and I didn't get anything back, so I stopped sending.
Would he have known where to potentially have picked up letters for you?
I mean, I told him, he said he would deliver it personally. So, when I explained as much as I could, he said he would make sure himself that it got there. And he didn't tell me that no one wanted to send it back, but... I mean, why else would he not have a letter?
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
It's not, but I'm sorry.
So anyway, if you miss those two solutions together, there will be a puff of smoke. Don't be alarmed. That means it's working, especially if it starts fizzing.
All right. Should I make sure not to inhale the smoke?
It'll just leave you a little hiccupy if you do.
No, that's not too bad. Vic snorted it. No.
Give me those hiccups.
Oh yeah, baby! All right, everybody, I think that's where we'll end it. Thank you so much for joining us today. We hope you had just as much fun listening as we did playing. And remember,
Play to your you.
Bye!
Bye.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Roll for Focus from Campaign 1 Ouroboros. If you enjoyed it, please rate and review us wherever you listen. Episodes are edited and transcribed by the Roll for Focus team. Character art is by Ygin, also known as Fiesta TV. She can be found at linktree/Ygin. That's MEDEKH. Intro and outro music is The Last Dragon by Alex Bess. If you want to do more to support us for as little as $1 a month, you can join our Patreon. That's Patreon/Roll for Focus podcast. Get exclusive looks at character sheets, ad-free and early access to episodes, monthly extra content ranging from character backstories, games in and out of character, one-shots, and anything else we think would be fun, shoutouts at the end of the episodes, and more.
Hey everyone, thank you all so much for all the support you give. We especially want to thank our patrons, like those who have found enlightenment and know that it's best to play to your you, like Luchik and MN House of Cats. Thank you guys so much. We couldn't do this without you.
Kind of bounced back once hearing about Chandra, but then it was like, but Ygin doesn't want to talk about this.
This is a sensitive subject for Ygin.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I didn't know she was a mom. Yeah, neither does she.
Yeah, that was the comment he was holding in. It's like, yeah, not many people are, including her.
Rokain wanted to make that comment, but also just...